make sense. Like I'll just make something in Paint and post it.
Yeah. Hey, let's do this for the buzzwords. Elden Ring is freaking sick, man.
Yeah,
Elden Ring is awesome. And if you click this video for that tag, well, guess what? We're finally talking about
Hashtag Elden Ring.
For
those who don't know what that is, it's a video game
for nerds.
It's a very important game, and it's not just because it's fun. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it wasn't fun, it wouldn't be important.
It's true.
It's made by a Japanese company called From Software. Don't know why it's called From Software.
It's ironic and funny.
I like it.
Sure. It's From Software.
Yeah. They're known for there used to be a cult classic game called Dark Souls. And it's very punishing game series where like you...
Sounds fun.
Yeah. It's fun
it's
because
challenging.
Punishing. You've been punished. Thanks for playing Dark Souls.
Yes. There's a lot of challenge to it. You can easily...
When your kids are bad, you just make them play Dark Souls.
The original version of the game. Gosh.
He's not wrong.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like that is something a lot of our friends probably would do.
I'm sorry. I know nothing about any of this, so
Yes.
I'm just here for stupid commentary.
Yeah. The very first game, the definitive edition, which is like they're done with it, they're done adding content to it afterwards. They didn't call it definitive edition. They called it Prepare to Die edition.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
the whole point of the game is that you learn by dying in the game over and over.
That's how you learn.
So dying
That's how
is
I
not
learn in every
failure.
game.
That's how I learn in life.
You die an exorbitant amount of times because you are just trying to figure out how enemies work.
Sounds like my
and you are
Minecraft
expected
experience.
to die. The game wants you to suffer because that's kind of like that's the...
Oh my gosh. This is what you guys do for fun?
I like to cheese the game. Cheese means you just kind of break it for your own amusement. So why is this game
That does
important?
not surprise
Here's the thing.
Yes, why is it important, Tristan?
This game
Tell us.
is made is From Software indie. Do you consider them indie?
No, they're owned by Bandai Namco. So no.
Okay, so it's a big company, right? However, this big company has this division that is pretty successful in their own right, and they've made a lot of games that get 80% ratings, that's really good. 80% of people that play it like it, and it's a game that literally you die continuously. So it's like there must be something drawing about it. And over these 3 iterations of the game, plus 2 kind of subsets of it, Sekiro and Bloodborne. So they got 5 games in this iteration, and iterations they're getting bigger.
The game is as edgy as it sounds.
Oh yeah,
Gosh.
and so this
Next
game comes
version,
out. Why
Blood Fist.
it gets one of the most anticipated games of all time, and it's not just because a bunch of nerds wanted to play it. It ends up getting a 90. It is kind of. It ends up getting a
Nail chair.
97% though. 97%.
That is pretty impressive, not gonna
And
lie.
it's not just from the users that have been like fanboying for years. It's like every single video game review brand, agency, group is giving it 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, 10 out of 10s, almost all 10s, honestly, because it's a 97%. So it's like this game comes out and it's its own unique style of punishing game. Not many other companies are doing it. It's a medieval style game, which other than Skyrim, which is huge, not many other games come out in this genre. In all these companies, like, you know, Blizzard, Activision, and all the companies that are just money shills are starting to turn their heads and they're like, wait, maybe if a game isn't brain dead, it can actually be worth playing.
If you can't lose focus for like 5 seconds in the game. You have to be very intentional. But also, like, what makes this game so there's so much gravitation towards it is that the developers really care about improving upon every single game they make. They don't pump these games out like Call of Duty or like what's another one? I mean, Pokemon.
Yeah. Any game that comes out,
been cranking out games forever.
Forza. Just games that come out on an annual basis. I don't know if Forza does. I'm just
like
pulling.
Forza.
They don't release a yearly game, and there's a lot of passion. NFL, Madden,
all of the EA games that come out annually.
Star Wars.
That's movies and franchises.
Half of them work.
Yeah.
I stopped buying those games because you download it and just be buggy as heck.
Yeah.
So the joke with it is that, like, a lot of people say that the game values the gamer's time. And then the argument is, well, you're just dying. How can that be valuing it? It's because if you aren't paying attention, you die. If you try and you put in effort, you live longer. So like the time that you put in is directly related to how far you go in the game. And it's not a grind like a lot of other games. If you throw enough time at it, you'll eventually get it. It's like it promotes it promotes like teamwork and trying to find community, and it's a very unique style.
Exploring and like learning new things. It encourages you to not do the same thing over and over. It's really hard to just press the same button over and over and win the game. Yeah, you have to understand just how the world works. You got to pay attention. It's I don't know. It not a lot of games. It doesn't handhold you. It doesn't just like do this and win.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like sports where if you went into like a football game, soccer game, whatever, tennis, it's like if you did the same thing every time, eventually your opponent's going to learn what you're doing and then counter it. It's the same thing with like I think the draw for like Super Smash Bros, where it's like you're playing competitively against other people and you get really good and you learn something new, and then other people either get tired and stop playing with you, or they learn to counter it and get better. And then in turn, you learn something new and get better. And that's why I personally like the draw of the game. And I think that's what brings a lot of people to it.
The characters are creepy looking.
Yes. It's Lothric horror.
It's inspired. It's either a cute girl or a demon looking monster.